The success or failure of a bipartisan fix for Obamacare insurance markets could hinge on the White House. The president seemed to endorse a temporary plan from Senators Lamar and Patty Murray yesterday. But then he appeared to turn away from the deal hours later. The president is cutting off Obamacare subsidies to health insurers. The Congressional Budget Office estimates that could move and raise premiums by 20% next year. Nancy Cordes is on Capitol Hill. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning. This deal is primarily aimed at reinstating those payments and preventing a market upheaval. It is also significant because it's the first time in 7 years that Democratic and Republican leaders have cut a deal that can be viewed as fixing parts of Obamacare.
I'm grateful to the president for encouraging me on 2 occasions in phone calls to try to get a bipartisan agreement with Senator Murray.
The Republican chair of the Senate Health Committee and his Democratic counterpart announced that their plan would reduce premiums on the individual market and prevent millions from losing coverage.
Chairman Alexander and I were able to find common ground on a number of steps to stabilize the markets.
Their plan would provide $106 million to promote Obamacare enrollment, something the White House recently announced would be slashed. The plan would also reinstate subsidies for insurance companies for 2 years, lowering the cost of coverage. President Trump announced last week he would no longer authorize those payments.
That money is going to insurance companies to lift up their stock price, and that's not what I'm about.
But in the Rose Garden yesterday, Mr. Trump seemed to endorse the bipartisan deal.
Lamar has been working very, very hard with the Democratic, his colleagues on the other side, and Patty Murray is one of them in particular. And they're coming up, and they're fairly close to a short-term solution.
Hours later, in a speech at the Heritage Foundation, the president seemed to change his tune.
I continue to believe Congress must find a solution to the Obamacare mess instead of providing bailouts to insurance companies.
Last night, the president tweeted, "Any increase in Obamacare premiums is the fault of the Democrats for giving us a product that never had a chance of working." Some Republicans will argue that this deal simply props up Obamacare, a law that many of them believe is destined to fail. But they have also been unable so far to pass a replacement. So for now, Gayle, there are millions of people who rely on the stability of these individual insurance markets.
Nancy, thank you.